one of the worst people in broadcasting.
A scumbag.
Just an awful person. And certainly an awful person on the air. And that is, I refer to him as, his name is Keith Olbermann. He runs a show called Countdown. Well, he runs a network called MSNBC. That's what he does. He's on this show called Countdown, and we refer to him here as Bathtub Boy because years ago when I was on MSNBC and he was doing a show called The Big Show, he would refuse to come into work during the Clinton impeachment because he just didn't want to have anything to do with it. So the producer, his now boss, then boss, would get on the phone with him, and he was just made himself unavailable to come to work because he was
taking a bath.
Yeah, he would stay in the tub all day, and he'd tell his boss, I'm not coming to work as long as we're doing that story about Clinton. I just won't do it because I'm
taking a bath.
And I'm going to stay here
taking a bath
until you stop doing the Clinton story. In the meantime, you're going to have to put Gibson on doing my show because I'm
taking a bath.
And that's why we call him Bathtub Boy.
Sure is, John.
Right. So Bathtub Boy on last night's show decided he loves going after Bill O'Reilly, and then for some reason, mysteriously, he went after me and Bill over the simple observation, to tell you the truth, that his network and others have been in the tank for Obama.
Billo the Clown. The media is flat out corrupt and will not bring a skeptical eye to President Obama. I'm going to become Paul Revere. Now I'm not legally changing my name to Paul Revere. Thanks for telling us that. I'm not legally changing my name to Paul Revere, but you can call me Paul, because I will be warning you about the economy, about the terror factor, about the corrupt media. Okay, Paul, I'm sure you'll be happy to know John Gibson went on the air in April 2006 and said, call me John Paul Revere Gibson, riding my horse through the night. Billo, you're borrowing from John Gibson.
Man, I didn't...
Whoa!
Oh, they got transcripts of my shows back to 2006 over there?
Apparently. Obsessed much?
And what's the complaint that Bill said and that I have said that MSNBC and Bathtub Boy, Keith Olbermann, are the Obama media and are in the tank for him? Well, where would we ever get such an idea?
Insistently invoking the future, insistently invoking the traditions of the past, offering a hand to those who will unclench a fist, offering a warning, stern to others.
Stern to others. When you're being the skeptical media, do you tend to put French horns behind your report?
And proving the rest of us can neither outlast nor outthink him. Hopping from the presidential limo to hurry up a crawling parade, handling with grace and aplomb the sudden but apparently more frightening than serious convulsions of Senator Ted Kennedy at the inaugural luncheon.
No, why would you ever get the idea that that network and that guy in particular is just like drooling all over President Obama?
The president, with the puckish sense of humor, tells the nation's best-known weatherman that it's warm when the wind chill was 15.
15!
All that and more now on Countdown.
Swell of the French horns. Bring it up, bring it up, bring it up! Yes! Crashing waves of French horn and strings.
Played Wagner for Bush.
And then the other night, I tell this story on this show, and I knew it was going to cause trouble. And I said, okay, heads up, suck up media blogs who like to worship at the feet of Bathtub Boy. I told this story about running into my old boss, who's now the president of MSNBC, at dinner. Suddenly I hear, Gibby! And he comes over, he and his wife come over and talk to my wife, and I were having dinner with another couple. It was kind of an embarrassing moment because as my ex-boss came up, he realized the other couple sitting at the table is a woman who he allowed to be fired just out of the blue.
Oops.
Didn't put up a fuss about her, even though, we're great friends and everything. It was kind of an uncomfortable moment. And I said, he's now the president of MSNBC, used to be my boss. He's now Olbermann's boss, or Olbermann's his boss, actually. He said going left was the right thing to do. We're on top. And I've worked with a guy for a long time. When MSNBC and I was on the air there, got zeros. He was there 10 years before he got anything going there, and it was going left. He was just admitting it to me. So All of a sudden, I'm worst person in the world. Get this version of that story.
Worst persons in the world. The bronze to John Gibson of Fox News. Oh, that's right. He got fired from TV. He's on Fix News Radio now. Tells this story. I'm minding my own business at dinner, and suddenly I hear, Gibby. I look up, and there's Phil Griffin, the guy who runs MSNBC. He looks at me, and he says, going left is the right thing to do. I guarantee you he doesn't have a political bone in his body. He was looking for ratings. Well, if that's true, it explains why we fired John Gibson. But as usual, if it's a Gibson story, it is a twisted, misremembered, poorly reported one. Griffin came over to say hello to the woman Gibson was dining with, another former MSNBC employee, whereupon Gibson said to Griffin, so you guys went liberal. And Griffin replied, we're not going liberal, we're going smart. But it was the right thing to do. This kind of bad reporting would be a little more heinous if it weren't for the fact that John doesn't really realize that he never fully recovered after he fell off a horse and hit his head 5 years ago.
It wasn't my head. I broke my ass. You can talk about misreported and getting your facts wrong. It was my butt that's being held together by a 9-inch screw. Now, he was not there. So how did this happen? Well, let us go to our worst person in broadcasting segment, and I will tell you. For our worst person in broadcasting tonight, capturing the gold, Bathtub Boy. Here's how it went down. He suddenly saw on the blogs that John Gibson had spoken up and revealed that MSNBC went left to get ratings, thinking, well, Fox is right, we'll go left. So I walked in to the president of MSNBC and I said, Mr. President, sir, Mr. Phil Griffin, sir, did you dare speak those words to that lowlife Gibson? And his president said, buddy, hey, buddy, who's your buddy? Who's your buddy? Buddy, it's me, buddy. So he lied, did he? Buddy, it's me, buddy. It's me, buddy. I'm going to call him a liar tonight. A liar. And that is your worst person in broadcasting who is taking a bath.
Good to get the truth out.
This is absurd. He wasn't there, and he went on television to say he knows what happened. My God, how low the peacock has sunk.
Pandering to your every whim.
When you pick a lost cause, you really commit.
It's John Gibson.
Where do they make dreamers like you?